Archetipo develops its creations in the field of ceremony wear and bridal and groom's wear, and this is where its designers fully express their most imaginative side, freely creating authentic works of art. Each and every collection is pure innovation. The ability to reinterpret the unquestionable creativity and the continuous thought and motion has led Archetipo to come up with the shapes and stylistic contents that interpret the desires of grooms as the men of today and not of the past. The Archetipo men's collections are grouped in 4 main lines: the line of the ceremonial classics and the Archetipo classics, the fashion line, and the line inspired by the 18th century, the haute couture tailcoat line. The haute couture tailcoat line also plays a key role in the Archetipo collections. A high-quality suit is best appreciated by wearing it, but to understand its true value, you would need to take it apart. The inside of the suit is what makes the difference, the selections of materials that emphasize the appearance and feel of the fabric, the tailoring that ensures the very best fit together with a good cut. An Archetipo ensemble uses only natural materials: camel hair, horsehair, flannel, and pure Melton wool. It is easy to see whether the tailoring of a jacket is done on a high-quality line or not. Check whether the bottom hem of the jacket is stitched by hand or by machine. Check whether the lapel facing is stitched down to the front of the jacket with invisible stitches. Check the armholes. Is it hand-stitched? The undercolor of the jacket, called the Melton, in pure wool felt, is stitched by hand with natural thread. What guarantees the fact that the jacket is made on a high-quality line? The first indication is that all the materials are of the highest quality, that the types of stitches used allow for a perfect drape of the jacket, and ensure that the garment looks good for a long time to come. We shouldn't forget that the costs of production of a high-quality line are 5 times more than a lower-quality line. Other details and special attention in creating the Archetipo garments include: all the back panels of the waistcoats are made with the same fabric as the trousers. This keeps the groom looking elegant even when he removes his jacket. The trousers are made with utmost care. For example, white trousers are fully lined and the pockets are kept inside. Neck accessories are also given plenty of attention. Many cravats and neckties are made on 2 colors and created with real knots as tradition and elegance require. All the color pairings put together by Archetipo are done in the natural light of day. All the fabrics used are 100% natural and are made by the finest Italian silk, cotton, and wool textile manufacturers. The materials are selected using extreme care, and Archetipo ensures the widest range of different fabrics by color and by weave. The fabrics for the accessories, realized in silk weft and warp, are made in Como, Italy, the homeland of the finest quality silk. For our outerwear, the fabrics used are made by manufacturers in Biella, also in Italy, where the very highest quality wool and silk blend fabrics are made. The greatest strength of the creations by Archetipo lies in the extremely high stylistic research that draws your attention and allows those who wear our garments to feel and sense the difference. A gorgeous line with all the features of 18th century fashion. The vertical line of the silhouette is emphasized by the buttons, which are also used as decoration. The high stiff collar is turned down here. Note the rear vent, which adds elegance as you move. Fairy-like details that will touch your very deep soul. This version comes in silk wool satin, which emphasizes the cut of the garment and the movement of the body. A deep neckline for the waistcoat, which enhances the beautiful fil coupé shirt and its organic design. The color palette makes a perfect match with the bride's gown. A tailcoat line with all the features of 18th century fashion. The vertical line of the silhouette is emphasized by the buttons, which are also used as decoration. The high stiff collar is turned down here. The rear vent adds elegance as you move. Revised tailcoat for the 2013 collection, under the good influence of the lucky number 13. Top blues, casual form. The blue is the starting point of the season, and we find it in the intensity in the threads of this wonderful stretch brocade, laid on a silk layer. Bib made in different types of brocades, 100% silk. Let's take a look at the contrasting details of the trousers that take back to the jacket's fabric. Let's notice as well the unique high waistband and pockets, little odd details dictated by the current trends and by Archetipo's creativity, capable of understanding what a modern man wishes. The tailcoat line, a gorgeous line with all the features of 18th century fashion. The vertical line of the silhouette is emphasized by the buttons, which are also used as decoration. The high stiff collar is turned down here. Note the rear vent, which adds elegance as you move. Rich luxury is given by the frosted brocade fabric, a trend still on in 2013. Note how the fabric conceals color patterns to create other colors, and to suggest words like scout, android, water, and desert, festival. Black stained with bright hues or gone gray, or colors gone into crumbles. Note the ultimate elegance of the shirt made of fil coupé, enriched with copper-toned threads interwoven with the milky shades of natural silk. Feathers in motion. The exclusive Archetipo fabrics outline opulent silhouettes. This suit was prized as Garment of the Year in the 2011 collections and was widely covered by the specialized press. Since it was so successful, we decided to keep it in the 2012 collection. It's impossible to take it off also because it's a top seller for the 2013 collection. Another version of the Archetipo tailcoat line with all the features of 18th century fashion. A tailcoat with a modern allure. Lightweight brocades with an inconspicuous pattern, which can only be guessed at through the interweaving of fabrics. Note the trousers, whose contrasting details echo the fabric of the jacket. Note the peculiar waistband and pockets. Little odd details dictated by the current trends and by Archetipo's creativity, capable of understanding what a modern man wishes. More than any other outfit, you can find here all the features of the 19th century style. The vertical line of the silhouette emphasized by a decorative element, the button, and by a high stiff mandarin collar, a curved pocket flap, a slit on the sleeve placket, and a rear vent. The suit comes with a 19th century looking waistcoat, elongated, with a tight fit and a front decoration echoing the pattern of the shirt. The shirt is made of cotton gauze. This year it has been decorated with bias bindings to create a vertical stripe pattern. Another Archetipo tailcoat line inspired by the 18th century style. In this version, we play with brocades, and this jacket has been for sure one of the best sellers of the tailcoat line for a few years already. Brocade down to the black trousers, that's pure magic. Brocade jacquard for the jacket and stretch silk cotton for the trousers to give a tight fit. Let's give a look especially to the high waistband, the pockets, and the contrasting vent on the bottom. Let's remember the beauty of this trouser and its high selling opportunity. Let's take a look as well to the shirt in silk satin. Let's notice the beauty of the 100% silk brocade that personalizes the bib, giving luminosity to the silk of this Archetipo creation. Mixing of natural yarns is a trend for Archetipo's men of 2013. Let's not take a look only with the eyes, but also with the ears. Let's emphasize the difference that becomes style. The line and the material choice of this suit are the interpretation of the well-dressed dandy. the spirit of its reinterpretation. Pure elegance made of little details. Sober details that give researched elegance. Let's take a look at the beautiful front of the jacket and the vents on the back. Let's observe the sleeves and its bottom opening. The royal neck that enhances the line and determines the atmosphere. Lord Brummel's colors, such as black and white, luminous elegance and austerity. A more protagonist version, more royal in fashion. Let's notice the beautiful fabric used for the jacket. A comfort satin with cashmere drawing in the shades of black, which are the details as well on the bottom opening of the trousers. Let's observe as well its researched embroidered shirt, such as the neckline accessory. Style and research signed by Cleofe Finati by Archetipo 2013. Suit inspired by the dandy, by the class of male fashion of that time. Pure elegance made of little details. Sober details that give researched elegance. Let's take a look at the beautiful front of the jacket and the vents on the back. Let's observe the sleeves and its bottom opening. The royal neck that enhances the line and determines the atmosphere. This is a suit that gives beauty, perfect stylish proportion, handcraft in the execution, difficult and researched. Lord Brummel's colors, such as black and white, luminous elegance and austerity. Let's notice the peculiarity of the waistcoat with a straight hem that enhances the waist and the weave of silk threads that remind us of a cotton piqué. Reinterpretations signed by Archetipo. Archetipo's tailcoat line are design pieces made to enhance the vertical line of the silhouette. The buttonholes follow the shape of the front of this 19th century cut jacket. This jacket has to be worn open in the front. Has a high armhole, which emphasizes as well the verticality of the silhouette. The cuff has an open vent. The collar is pure magic. It is made so tall to give a royal look. Now let's take a look at the back of the jacket, which is a real work of art, made of 3 high vents that stand out as an important design element that draws the bodyline. This version has been realized in out silk satin wool, especially for the tailcoat's lines. Let's feel this long, mystic, idyllic moment. This pre-Raphaelite art inspires prints of flowers, natural scenarios, fine threads of shaded colors as a 2013 trend. Used in this beautiful fabric for the brocade accessories. Developed in a lot of different tonalities of white, overprinted in black, like an ink drawing. Let's notice the trouser with a high vent, poetic, fantastic, artistic with a mystic touch. Reflects on water like a fish skin shade. A dandy look in soft and smooth fabrics, unique weaves. Let's take a look at the beauty of the shirt and its details, customized with an eyelet lace and the neck accessory, a jabot that becomes a precious neckband. Dandy. Tailcoat line inspired by the 19th century style. Let's take a close look at the buttonholes that are the vertical lines that follow the front of the jacket. This jacket has to be worn open in the front, has a high armhole, which emphasizes as well the verticality of the silhouette. The cuff has an open vent. The collar is pure magic. It is made so tall to give importance to the desire of enhancing the body. Now let's take a look at the back of the jacket that gives elegance as you move. Reflex version trend of 2013. Clouds are the main inspirations for the drawings because they work as a filter for the reflections, opaque images, marled. Yarn made of different kinds of threads, dyed and tangled together. Mirrors, reflections, lights and shine give optical illusions to the imagination. Lightweight veils. Metallic yarn. Specular prints, silver adornments, pearl color aspects are given by the precious silk yarns of the best Italian fabric factories. Let's take a look then to the beauty of the fabric used for this garment, which is peculiar and made out of pure fil coupé silk. The fabric print becomes as well part of the design of the garment and emphasizes the verticality of the silhouette. Let's take a look at the gorgeous satin silk shirt with a vertical line in the center. Let's also notice the trouser with the side band that's taken from the jacket's fabric, also on the belt and on the pockets. A real stylish work of art that takes part in the Archetipo showpieces. Inspired by the beginning of the 19th century's male fashion, the particular time when the dandy look was invented started from George Brummel, it is for sure a main time for this new British style to expand, but does not create anything new. The germs, if we can call them so, of a sober look without excess was given its first signs in France and in George III's English fields. This suit, besides its Brummel's dandy taste, is inspired by the 1795 David's Portrait, when Brummel was only 17 years old. We can already breathe its dandy spirit in its clean line and classic style of those times. Let's take a look at its gorgeous realization in 37.3/73, our silk satin wool. High armhole and closed sleeve cuff which becomes knit and embraces the body, enhancing its line. Open front jacket that slims the body line. Vents of the back that are pure magic. Let's notice the magic line of the waistcoat with double overlap, where buttonhole and button become a decorative element. The waistcoat fabric is personalized with embroidery, such as the waistband that embraces the waist, emphasizing its line. Let's take a look together at the beauty of the shirt. Dandy inspired, made in an embroidered silk satin. The sleeve cuff becomes a style accessory. Cleofe Finati by Archetipo's 2013 creations. Inspired by the beginning of the 19th century's male fashion. High stiff collar, high armhole, jacket to be worn open. In the choice of the fabric, we find the great magic of Archetipo creations. Pure creativity becomes style. Let's take a look at the beauty of the fabric used for the jacket. Gold and net as a 2013 trend. Decorations laid on silk wool satin. The martingale makes the back of the jacket more precious, with rubber buttons worked with gold laser. This 2013 trendy ornament includes laces, embroideries, perforated fabrics cut and sewn together with embroidery details. Game and research that become style, a real work of art, a fabric which is pure research and invention, dedicated to this beautiful jacket. Let's observe the shirt and its dandy accessory. Real Archetipo style. Inspired by the beginning of the 19th century's male fashion. An austere suit without frills that reflects its dandy spirit in its clean look and classic style of those times. Dandy's reinterpretation. The body, the beauty, the line, the fancy materials. A line of sure commercial impact, which is part of Archetipo's tailoring tradition, which evolves in its volumes and works. Experimenting new ideas and embroidering the garments conferred them a live aspect, a history that gives inspiration for the research of new ideas. The dandy style pushed to the extreme, loyal to its Baroque taste in this expression. It interprets a lyric poetry made of little details, gold threads, and much more. The DNA never denies its contemporary soul, applied with dandy and Baroque moods with a tailor handcraft. Let's notice the beauty and the rich detail of this artisanal embroidery. Let's touch it and feel its veins. Real works of art signed by Cleofe Finati by Archetipo 2013. A beautiful line that emphasizes all the characteristics of the 18th century style. Verticality of the high stiff collar which is brought down, and by the double rubber buttons line, worked with gold laser, which becomes a decorative element and has the same embroidery of the jacket. Let's notice the back pleat that gives elegance to the body movements, and poetry, elements that touch our souls. This version is made in our silk wool satin, which emphasizes the precious line and the body movements. The ornament, as a 2013 trend, comprehends laces and embroideries, game and research that become style, and a real work of art. A fabric which is pure invention and research, dedicated to this wonderful jacket's line. Let's notice the beauty of this precious embroidery, an artisanal work. Let's touch it and feel the veining, which becomes shape. The band gives the right royal look to this Archetipo creation. A modern Charlotte would wear this suit. Archetipo's interpretation is the making of it in a rough silk. Thick, weaved woof, a beautiful fabric that seems done on a manual frame. Let's touch it, let's smell its perfume, and watch its intriguing beauty. The jacket's cut and its style is like the end of the 19th and the beginning of the 20th century, when the bowler hat takes the place of the top hat. Still an absolute trend for 2013. Single-breasted jacket with a high breaking point. Let's notice the beauty of the bottom opening that goes up to the pockets, leaving the waist belt to be seen. Very short and fashionable waistcoat, suspenders, and big waistband, all signed by Archetipo. Let's notice the beauty of the silk satin shirt that takes back to the same drawing of the fabric, the suspenders, cummerbund, and wonderful dandy bow tie. Bowler hat and suspenders can be seen. Trousers with an almost soft feeling. Jackets that look creased, made in the classical English traditional fabrics, reinvented and revisited. Never without the bow tie, an emblematic suit for the Cleofe Finati by Archetipo's collection. Hats, double-breasted jackets realized in the classic British fabrics, wools of old English tailors but decorated and treated, boiled, drawn, used, like this beautiful Glen plaid. The term refers to a drawing made famous by Edward, Prince of Wales, the future Edward VIII. Actually, much more before him, at the time of Edward VII, this fabric was used for the suits of the English heirs to the throne. Let's take a look at the fine trousers and the well-knotted tie in a perfect color match. The game is almost done. The stylish details become essential for the modern Sherlock Holmes, who makes the umbrella and walking stick his recognizing sign. This is the real must-have for this season. Never without the trench, of course. Let's not forget about the sophisticated shirt, made in 100% silk, which takes us back to the suit's drawing. Let's fall in love with this amazing Archetipo expression of style. This model falls in the fashion line. It has been a bestseller for the last 2 years, and for this reason has become permanently available. It has been a selling trend every year. This year, too, it has confirmed its marketing potential since the earliest presentations. Single-breasted high-peak collar jacket with one button. The resulting deep neckline helps outline the silhouette. Note the shape of the front. Its excellent tailor's cut confers a tight fit in spite of the basic cut of the jacket, which has no darts. The jacket and trousers feature a blue and black blend, originated by the interweaving threads. As for the accessories, their deep blue 3D cashmere pattern on blue bronze satin makes them easily sold. Shirt of silk satin, this model is a bestseller in Archetipo's collections, also thanks to its beautiful fit. One of the best-selling models of the last few collections, also in reorders. This year, it comes in silk wool satin and in a winning shade of gray with red nuances, a very popular color indeed. A mandarin color to be worn standing or flat, the jacket has a perfect stylistic balance thanks to the magic triangle formed by the diagonal dart meeting the pocket's slanting welt. Silk accessories, For the waistcoat and for the accessories, a big range of luminosity, a surreal freshness, delicate and strident shades, filtered light, pastels not so fresh, colors found in nature but that are never so natural, warm colors, dehydrated, naturals, enigmatic fresh tones of darker shades that work perfectly together in this wonderful creation. Let's take a look at the perfection given by the use of the same fabric but with different weaves. Shirt in a crew satin that plays with the contrasts on the sleeve vent, on the yoke made out of brocade, and on the corners of the handkerchief that completes this real work of art. Sure selling suit that is already having great selling success in Cleofe Finati by Archetipo's 2013 collection. Single-breasted, high-peak collar jacket with one button. The resulting deep neckline helps outlining the silhouette. Note the shape of the front. Its excellent tailor's cut confers a tight fit, in spite of the basic cut of the jacket, which has no darts. A mix of brown chocolate tones for this 2013 trend, given us by the mixing of warm black and red threads for the jacket and the trouser. Fluid elastic silk wool that makes us shiver. So then, let's touch this wonderful fabric. Let's feel it on our body. Bronze ecru and chocolate for the drawing, hidden in the mixing brocade threads that give a 3D effect. Silk for all these accessories that make this creation a good seller. Let's notice as well the gains of the two tones on the accessories. Silk satin shirt, a best-seller suit signed by Archetipo, with great marketing potential thanks as well to its great fit. Single-breasted jacket with a deep neckline and rounded front, whose close fit helps outline the silhouette. The trend for 2013 reflects as well on the choice of the fabrics in stretch silk wool. Let's touch its roundness and let's observe its kind luminosity. Weaves of gray and black, the smoothness that goes along with more structured volumes, thanks as well to the stretch lining. Let's get enchanted by the precious fabric for the accessories. Simple, elegant, and fine. The print takes another role in this collection. It's meant to tell us stories with its symbols. Inspired by music, which most of the time becomes an expression of nature. The printed fabrics love theatrical costumes. They give meaning when no words are said. Mirrors, reflections, luminosity, shine. They all create optical effects that force the imagination. Brocade with cashmere drawing with 2 layers of prints. The trend for 2013 is to experiment with prints. Let's take a look at the beautiful artisanal shirt with double brocade on the collar and on the sleeve cuff. Nice chromatic effects that give great style also to the handkerchief. A unique piece of art, signed by Cleofe Finati by Archetipo. Single-breasted jacket with a deep neckline and rounded front, whose close fit helps outline the silhouette. Trend for 2013, even in the choice of fabrics. Gray stretch silk wool, games of white, black, and gray that, mixed together, give light to the silk in the two-toned bib and waistcoat. A brocade in faded shades, an Archetipo exclusive. Let's also notice the handkerchief in 2 different fabrics. Fashion guide lines interpreted by Archetipo. A contemporary look obtained by mixing technically refined styles, influenced by active elegance. Let's notice the beauty of the shirt collar and its silhouette. The 100% silk-made brocade on the inside cuff. A trendy and elegant suit for the modern man and the young. A groom's suit, signed by Archetipo. Single-breasted jacket with a deep neckline, 2 buttons, and rounded front, whose close fit helps outlining the silhouette. Trend of 2013, even in the choice of the shades of brown. Silk wool fabric. In this season, there is a big range of choices in the sophisticated market for the dark tones. Silk wool fabric. Here we see the black and gold, which build rich browns used in the fabrics that, mixed together, give shine to the silk brocade of the waistcoat, the 2-colored bib, a wonderful brocade, rich in the frame, to give a three-dimensional effect to the drawing. This is a drawing that Archetipo's clients know very well because it has high selling ranges this year, and that's why we decided to offer it in different tonalities, and the result is wonderful. Let's also notice the handkerchief made in 2 different fabrics. Fashion guidelines interpreted by Archetipo. A contemporary look obtained by mixing technically refined styles, influenced by active elegance. Let's notice the beauty of the shirt collar and its silhouette, the 100% silk-made brocade on the outside cuff. A trendy and elegant suit for the modern man and the young. A groom's suit signed by Cleofe Finati by Archetipo. A wonderful new tailcoat, now a runway success. Notice the line, which flows away to sculpt the body. The ruffled, high, stiff collar may be worn standing or flat, as you like better. Note the high armhole and the bottom split, which opens to improve the fit. Now, turn to the back and watch the high bottom vent, reminiscent of the ultimate dandy look. The trend for 2013. Minimal art and material touch, naturalism and engineering, transparent architecture and algorithmic structures, sculptural abstractions, and the primitive arts, all concur to anticipate the urge for new shapes. Notice the beautiful brocade used for the jacket, with a pattern obtained with elaborate blends, and finishing to be also found at the bottom of the trousers, and the carefully manufactured shirt with an attached cummerbund. The accessory and the cummerbund add a regal touch to this very popular item designed by Archetipo. Main expression of the 2012 trend, the dandy suit. The jacket worn by Lord Brummel, the man who launched the dandy look in the 18th century. The garment becomes what Brummel was, the symbol of elegance, the sober elegance of a garment capable to draw the body line. An English style, high armhole helps outlining the silhouette of who will wear it. Elegant pleat and precious sleeve placket, which brings us back to the pleats on the back that give regality to the movement. The jacket is made of silk wool. Notice the beautiful silk satin shirt with a soft collar, which may be worn standing and unbuttoned. This new pre-mounted accessory is taken as reference from the traditional knotted plastron. The straight-edge waistcoat becomes a cummerbund, which delineates the waist. The black and white contrast recalls Brummel's mood for mixing the elegance of black with the regal brightness of the white waistband and accessories. A work of art signed by Archetipo. Showing off is always welcome in the 2013 trend. Rich brocade, silk, and unusual studied finishes point to an ancestral mood for cuts, borrowed from period details and lines. A tailcoat drawing inspiration from the dandy look again, with a single-breasted plunging neck and front fastened with a cufflink. Look how nicely the jacket shapes the body, and the result is even more precious thanks to the 100% silk fabric chosen for the waistcoat. It is made of jacquard brocade with a broken cashmere pattern, as if it was lace. A precious fabric manufactured with a high number of loom strokes to add a 3D effect. Notice the soft and bright quality of silk satin in the shirt by Cleofe Finati by Archetipo. A tailcoat with a sober, elegant allure. A suit of great style and refinement for a groom who wants to get under the spotlight, but with carefulness. Note how the buttoned collar adds a regal stance and vertical line to the silhouette. Note the shape of the pocket flaps. The suit is made of silk wool satin, the fabric we reserve for tailcoats. Flowing satin in the silk shirt. The suit will be worn in a dandy way. Silk wool satin sways as you walk. Note the rear vent. The materials chosen for the accessories will necessarily feature a rigorous style, a game of black and white created with extremely popular fabrics. Indigo and denim looks keep dominating the market, not only in fashion, but also in other kinds of formal markets of menswear and womenswear. The reason for their success is not only their popularity in the uncertain times, but also because indigo works so well on the wool of fine threads, cottons, and silk, as well as on the mélange and textured effects. Let's take a look at the beauty of this denim made out of a mix of cotton and silk with the add of elastane, totally corresponding to the trends of 2013. The jacket's cut and its style reminds us of the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century style, single-breasted jacket with a high breaking point. Let's notice the beauty of the bottom opening that goes up to the pockets, leaving the waistband to be seen. Extremely short and fashionable waistcoat. Let's notice the beauty of the brocade in white silk with a coming-in effect. Trousers give an almost soft feeling. Jackets and cuffs curled up as to look wrinkled. Today, the modern Charlotte would dress this way, an emblematic suit for the Archetipo collection. We have only presented some of our creations here. Remember that every Archetipo ensemble is pure love that you have to discover. You have to understand it to convey this love to the groom. Your knowledge of our creations will make it easier for you to sell them to your clients and will bring even more satisfaction to the eyes of your grooms. Your clients will thank you for everything you do for them, making a client happy on the most important day of his life. We know how great that feels to us and for him. We at Archetipo create emotions, and we are with you to experience these emotions together. We thank you for all the commitment that you have devoted and will continue to devote to the creations by Archetipo. Expressive ideas, art, and constant motion in the Archetipo collections, and precision and enormous professionalism in the relationships with customers. This is Archetipo and will continue to be a constant. Because this year, more than ever, Archetipo has had the confirmation that taking the road of quality in the materials and in the services, the difference, the 100% Italian-made quality, and the superior stylistic research are the keys to its success and the success of its clients. Especially thanks to the work done by its clients, that Archetipo has noted a 30% increase this year, moving forward towards reinforcing its leadership in the sector of medium to high-end ceremony wear. A sincere thanks goes out to all those of the Archetipo group, which will always be a part of your group.